We are so lucky today to have two fabulous guests from our art conservatory. Let's start with a welcome to Miss Heather Koester. She has been the vocal director of the middle school program and been with Indian Hill Schools for 24 years and has really evolved what happens in music at the middle school level because of all of her great mastery and understanding how students can grow as vocal performers. She also might look familiar to you because she is the co-director of the middle school musical every single year. Welcome, Heather.
Thank you so much.
So glad to have you. And I'd also like to introduce one of her great partners. This is Angelo Sylvester, and this is his second year with Indian Hill and his 11th year total teaching. And he has done such a remarkable job coming in and working in the high school choral department, as well as helping as the vocal director for our high school, middle school. And together, they have big plans about what can happen for students, and they are great partners together so that we have this incredible program, grade 6 through grade 12. So welcome to both of you. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having us.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
let's jump in and let's talk a little bit about you and all the talents you have and all the plans that you have. Let's start by talking a little bit about what it means to be a choir student here. Being part of the choir was my happy place. I started it like when I was little all the way through college. It was the one bell I looked forward to the most, and I know there are so many other students who feel that way. Sometimes I walk by your classrooms and I hear warm up, and it takes everything I have not to come in and join you, but that would be really quite disruptive, so I don't. But I'd like for you to talk to us a little bit about participation and what it means to be a participant in choirs, even those students who might not see themselves as like a vocalist yet.
So I'll jump in, and one of the great things about our program at the middle school is that as a sixth grader, you have the option to take choir and during your school day, which is such a fantastic opportunity, and it gives kids a safe space to try it out and see what happens. They get to explore their voice, they get to learn about what their voice is doing, and there's 3 classes right now of sixth grade choir, and we all just take time to play, to have fun, to learn, and to kind of just get a feel for what your voice is like and the possibilities that your voice has, which is so much fun.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. And you make it such a safe space for students. Like I've seen that. There's not only is there singing in your classroom, but I hear a lot of laughter. Like I hear a lot of joy coming from that room.
We love starting off the year, especially with fun rounds, with fun games, and to get them comfortable within their, middle schoolers, you're figuring out who you are as a person.
Absolutely.
So just finding that space where they can be themselves, where they can be silly, where they can try different things. It's the perfect place to start as a singer, for sure.
Great. Okay, tell us a little bit about what happens in high school.
Not all that different, actually. I love that Heather described it as play.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing. We're kind of discovering our voices. We're learning what our bodies are capable of. One of the things I hear most from students is, well, I'm not going to be in choir because I'm not really a singer.
Oh,
and I think, well, that's the exact reason to be in choir. That's the reason it's a class, right? You take algebra because you don't know algebra. You should take choir because you don't know how to sing. And then our job is to help you play with your voice and get better and grow in that regard.
Right. So I have, and we are all aware, we have some students when they get on the stage have staggering talent. Like my jaw just drops open. I just cannot believe the type of talent they have. And then there's other students who've never tried it before. So how do you figure out like a range of students, either by class or within one class? Like how does that work for you?
That's a great question. Even in one class, we do have a range of students, right? Students
Okay.
that are more adept at matching pitch than others. And that's part of what we do, like in any other classroom, is make sure that we are choosing music for the students that is catered to their individual ability level. So even though in a choir setting, you aren't singing purely alone, it's not a solo class, you're always singing with your peers, the music is chosen in a way that caters to each student's ability level, and then we will provide students with the necessary exercises for them to grow to all achieve at the same high standard.
So, Angelo, at the high school level, are there particular classes for students who don't want to just try it out for the first time, but they've excelled to a certain level, and so they have an opportunity to sing together?
Yes.
Okay.
So we offer an advanced chorus class, often called premieres.
Okay.
That class is by audition only.
Okay.
So those students must audition to be accepted into that ensemble. And most students that come up through the choir program over the course of 6 years, they're usually ready for that next step. I mean, Heather's very good at what she does at the middle school. They come to high school ready for that. And for students that aren't ready for that challenge, we have 2 sections of choir that do not require an audition.
Okay.
You can just sign up and participate.
So even if you're a senior and you've never done anything before, you can still be in choir without an audition, and even though you've never had any choral instruction before.
Exactly.
I think that's wonderful. And is this the same for you, Heather? Like if you are an 8th grader and you've never been in choir before, can you still be in choir?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I am going to swing that a little bit. And I think for students who have a wide range of talents in my class, there's tons of opportunities to showcase their abilities. I really count on my students to be leaders in my room. And the students that are confident singers are the ones that I count on to help lead maybe their section, or maybe I place them strategically by students who are just a little bit more shy or nervous about singing to kind of help them build their own level of confidence. But yeah, as a middle schooler, you can take choir 6th grade, 7th grade, or 8th grade. If you are interested, you absolutely can jump in at any time and we will get you caught up to where you need to be.
This is great to know. Great to know. And I think that's what's so special about renaming what we're doing as an arts conservatory is that idea of if you just want to dabble in the arts, we have a place for you, and it'll be a safe place for you. And if you think that you want to go on and audition at Juilliard, we have a safe place for you to learn how to do that as well. It's all of those things.
Absolutely.
Our theme for this year is Lead Now. I love the theme, and people might not think of choir as a traditional place to learn about leadership, but as someone who has been highly involved in choirs, I strongly feel like it's a great place to practice leadership. So will you talk to us about that? Tell me about how does leadership show up in your classroom?
Sure. So one of the things that we talk about with middle school choir is that our job is to create the well-rounded musician, and that is everything from learning music to sight reading, but then to performing. And that performance piece is really important. It really is able to showcase the students and how they can learn to be a leader. Standing on stage and creating a stage presence can help you in so many other facets of the world, right? Like, so standing on the stage and singing and performing can help you give a speech in a different class, can help
Totally
give
agree.
you that confidence to then decide to be a group leader and to stand out or to raise your hand in class and answer those questions. So we're building leaders through, by becoming confident musicians. And when you have that confidence, you're able to take those leadership skills and use them in other parts of your life.
What about you, Angela? What do you think?
I agree completely. I think in addition to using your literal voice to sing,
Yeah.
we're also sort of training the metaphorical voice of making sure that you are heard and seen and you can walk into a room with confidence and stand on a stage with confidence. We also have a number of explicit leadership opportunities at the high school level where you can be a section leader, you could be a
Okay.
music captain, you could be a dance captain. So we have opportunities for named leadership roles. However, every person in an ensemble is a leader in some way. There is something really special about understanding your own role in a large group. And even though I'm singing the same thing as the person next to me, it is leadership to do that well for myself and understand how my contribution relates to the rest of the room. And that is also really valuable leadership.
I totally agree with that. And I'm just thinking about like presence, like you talked about, as well as like even in some ways, like matching pitch is a way of leadership. Like you're showing that good leadership is listening to others,
Yeah.
like literally and metaphorically,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like all of those things. Well, we have some exciting events coming up this year when it's related to vocal demonstration. And how about, can I start with the Arts Hall of Fame and then I'll jump to you because it's very connected to what you're doing. So for the first time ever, we are going to be able to have an Arts Hall of Fame. And I'm so excited. We have a very respected, long-established athletic Hall of Fame here, and this is the first time we're going to be able to do it during the arts. And All of the information is on our website. It's also in our Arts Conservatory magazine that was sent to every family. People can also email me or call me, and I'm happy to give more information about it. And it's going to be a way that we can really recognize like alumni who are in the newer part of their career, alumni who are more established in their career, as well as anybody who has just made a great contribution to the world of arts. And we really define arts as more than visual and performing arts. We're really thinking about it as far as like media and architecture and all of those items related to arts, visual and performing arts. And the Arts Hall of Fame is going to be connected to cabaret. So why don't we start with cabaret? Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Cabaret is our student-driven performance that includes quite a bit of dance. And so cabaret is coming up towards the end of January. The students have decided on their theme. It is icons and legends.
Oh, I love it.
And so it is this connection of both ensemble work where they dance, so there will be quite a few full choir numbers where they're singing and dancing and wearing costumes and the lights are going and all sorts of things. Students can also prepare solos. So students will bring their solos to me, they'll sing it for me, we'll work on it, we'll make it shiny and nice. And they will take it to the stage at cabaret as well. And so we get this really comprehensive evening of small groups, big groups, solos, dancing, standing still. We bring in live musicians so they will sing with a full band. It's a really, really spectacular evening. And I love that it's connected to the Arts Hall of Fame because the evening already has so much fanfare. So we should do it big and let there be a lot of it.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you feel that way.
Yeah.
So glad. Heather, tell me about middle school.
So we, every other year, we take our students to Cedar Point. We travel up to Sandusky and participate in the Music in the Parks Festival. And it is a great opportunity for our students to participate in that kind of a music competition where they get to be a part of something bigger than themselves, something bigger than just the Indian Hill community. So we do that every other year for our 7th and 8th graders. A tradition that I love with my 8th graders is that we sing at graduation.
I love it too. Every time I get like a little tearful. It's such a great time.
And I think what makes that so special is that as a music teacher and as the arts teachers, we get to have students for multiple years. So we get to see them grow and change. And even walking through the high school today was just like, oh my gosh, flashbacks of these kids that I had when they were just babies, right? So for 8th grade graduation, I just love it so much. And the 8th graders will pick out their own songs. So they get to choose what song is special to them, what means something to them. And it's such a great tradition that I've had students come back and tell me, oh my gosh, remember when we did this song for graduation? And it's a great tradition that I love having with my kiddos.
Yeah, yes, it really is such a special moment of 8th grade graduation, Heather. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, Heather mentioned trips. You have a huge trip coming up, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
This is really exciting.
We are taking, any student in grades 9 through 12 that's in choir has been invited to go to Los Angeles. Which feels like not very far, but it's actually a really big distance away.
No, this is a big trip.
Yeah, so we're planning to head out to Los Angeles. It's for a competition specifically. So we will be competing against other schools, but it's not just about the competition. While we're there, we're also going to have a workshop with a professional choir conductor in Los Angeles.
Wow.
I've also started piecing together a little bit of a panel. Some of the members of that panel will be Indian Hill alums who are currently working in the arts industry in Los Angeles. Hoping to connect with a composer of one of our pieces and just really opening the doors for our students to what sorts of opportunities could exist for them in the arts beyond what's happening in our classes every day. So they will get to meet many, many professionals as well as compete against other schools. And we're going to go to Hollywood and Disneyland and Santa Monica Pier and all the things while we're there.
Yeah. This is so exciting. And you both do such an incredible job of making sure that beyond just what typically happens, like having concerts for families and community members, which we do, but that they have access to performing with live musicians. They have access to meet people who are experts in the field outside of our general area. Like all of that really, I think, makes this program really robust in a way that is different than other programs where it is you sing and you do a concert and then you learn new repertoire and you do a concert. It's much more than that. That's what's happening. So to end our conversation, I always like to think that there might be people out watching this who don't even have students in school yet, or maybe they're just at the primary school. So what would you like to tell our community about the benefit of being in choir, even if it's a one time, you just want to experience it once, or a parent thinks this might be the avenue that really enhances my child's life? What would you say?
I would say, why not?
Okay.
Why not? Just give it a try. You never know where your path is going to take you. And I have friends that are all over the world, have all different professions, who I sang with in high school and in college. And it has to start somewhere. So come give it a try and let's see where music can possibly take you.
I agree completely. The arts and humanities in general are such an integral part to educating the whole child, which
Totally
is what we're
agree.
aiming to do here. We have a really special opportunity at Indian Hill where Heather and I get to work together and create a unified experience for our students 6 through 12. Anyone who has considered making music should explore that desire because it's good for the soul, it's good for the heart, and it's good for the whole child's brain.
Yes, I agree with all of that. And one of the things we talk about here is we talk about learners as doers, learners as individuals, and learners as the whole child. And you get to see all three of that within your classroom on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Before we end, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. You are both talented enough that you could have made this your career. Like you could have been in the business of performing or helping others to perform instead of taking your incredible talent as individuals and using that to enhance the lives of students. I also know that your jobs are far from a typical teaching day. It includes a ton of time after school to work with students. We would not be able to offer what we do for our students if it wasn't for you. And I just want you to know, like, I see that and I applaud you for all that you do. And we're so grateful for you at Indian Hill Schools. We're so grateful for you. And with that, we're grateful for you for being part of Masterclass. Thank you for being part of it.